welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you a list of the 5 overhyped bags that I would never buy. These are bags that are super duper popular and very trendy right now, but that for various reasons I would not buy, that are not for me, that really don't suit my style. So if you're curious to find out which ones these are, then please keep on watching. So obviously these are bags that I don't have in my collection, so I will be including either pictures here or here. The first bag is actually not like a specific bag, it's more a bag type, and it's what I would call the basket tote bags or straw bags. Recently there have been a few by various designer brands. The one that I am thinking of is by Loewe. I never know how to say this brand. It's like Loewe. But I have no idea how you pronounce it. Please let me know in the comments down below if you know the pronunciation of this brand. I would be very curious to find out. So that's the one that I'm thinking about. There have been other ones, notably by Celine, by Prada, by Chloe, I think, has made another one. And here, I just don't really understand it. I feel like people are like raving about these bags. People are like, wow, this is the best beach bag possible. But for me, the price is outrageous for what you're getting. This is the type of bag that's made of palm leaves, which is the cheapest material ever. And I get it, it is handmade, and that's, you know, to some extent justifies prices a little bit. But it's just like, the material is so inexpensive that if it weren't like a real designer bag, you could find like, you know, a palm leaf bag for, I don't know, like $30 on a beach in Mexico. And so that's where I'm like, no, it's definitely not worth like $1,000+. And then even for the look of it, like even if it's not about the price, I really don't like the look. I feel like it's just very, I don't know, maybe hippie, maybe a little bit boho, like not at all my style, not like classy classic. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, hippie boho, but it's just not my style, so I would never purchase one of these bags. I feel like this trend has been maybe started by a brand called Cult Gaia. So they don't make bags with like palm leaves, but I feel like this like trend of like beach bag, like a little hippie chic type of trend was started by them. And I do remember, believe it or not, thinking about buying one of these bags. I was like, oh, maybe, you know, if I put like a twilly on it or something, maybe it will make it a little bit more chic. And additionally, that wasn't just a beach bag. It really wasn't actually a beach bag because you couldn't really fit like a, you know, type of beach towel or a sunscreen or anything. It was just more like a, you know, I'm walking around the beach, I'm walking around in like a beach town type of bag. But I feel like for some reason this trend has exploded and now all you see this summer is like basket tote bags with palm leaves, and I could never see myself with one of these. Next up, we have a bag that is surprisingly from Chanel, and it is my absolute favorite brand for handbags, but I do have to admit that this one, like, I really don't understand why people are still like so much into this bag. I'm obviously talking about the Chanel 22 bag, and for me, my reaction when this bag came out was WTF. What the hell is happening? Why are people into this? What are people thinking? Why is this popular? I still don't understand. I feel like even if you get, you know, the black one, like the kind of like plain color or neutral colors, this bag, like the shape of it is so ugly. It is like a potato bag. So why would you pay this enormous amount of money to have a bag that looks like it's like a potato bag? I'm sorry, there's just like no other way to say this, but it's just so unclassy. I really don't understand why people have been so about this. I get that it is practical, and I see that, you know, you can wear it different ways, it is very versatile, you can have it as a backpack, but I also feel like there's other bags that have this versatility that don't have this look. And then it gets even worse when you go into like various colors. I feel like I've seen like a very like fuchsia, very like pinky pink bag, 22 bag, and I've been like, what is happening? This is horrible. We went from like a very classic brand with like the flat bags with, you know, Chanel 19 to this. It's very surprising. I really don't understand why they came up with this bag. And I mean, I guess, you know, the point is to like appeal to most people, and of course, you know, they will appeal to like classic people with the flaps. Then I'm assuming the 22 bag appeals to, you know, the people who are a little bit but yeah, this bag really doesn't work for me. I really don't understand the point. I don't feel like it's classy. I don't feel like it looks good. And I feel like even if you look amazing, even if you have the chance to look like, I don't know, like an influencer or like a model or anything, this is the type of bag that doesn't make anybody look attractive. I really feel like this is the type of bag that's not flattering for anybody. It's not flattering for any body shapes or any body sizes. Even if you're like super duper skinny, because the bag is like, the structure is very squishy. I feel like it makes you look a little bit bigger than you are, and I'm imagining that if you are already, you know, kind of on the bigger side of things, then that makes it even worse. So yeah, this bag is an absolute no for me. I love the brand. I've been loving them for years and years, and I would still consider buying handbags from Chanel, even though the prices have become ridiculous. But the Chanel 22 handbag will never be in my collection. Next up in the category of overhyped bags that I would never even think about purchasing, we have the Louis Vuitton Palm Springs Mini. So it is a backpack, and I usually like backpacks. I feel like they're very practical, you know, especially for hiking, for traveling, for all of those things. But here, I really do not think this piece is practical at all. First of all, let's talk about the look. Okay, so the look is, in my mind, the look of like the handbag of a 5-year-old. Like, this would be the type of handbag that I would think would be very cute and attractive on like a little 5-year-old girl, because the size of this handbag is ridiculous, especially compared to the straps. You know, compared to the length of the straps, especially for me. Like, I'm imagining that the straps would have to be super long, like this long, and then compared to the backpack that's like this big. So it's like, okay, what is happening? I really don't think that this is flattering even for anybody. I feel like for me, it would exacerbate my height. It would make me look super duper tall. But then if you're like tiny, if you're, I don't know, like maybe 5 or 5'1", then this would also make it look a lot worse, because it's like you're wearing a child's backpack, but you're like 5 or 5'1", so it makes it very strange. I really don't think that this is an attractive look. And then in terms of, you know, practicality and versatility, I really don't think that this is the type of handbag where you can store a lot of things. I mean, a backpack is supposed to be practical. A backpack is supposed to be, you know, something where you can put like a water bottle, when you can put like, I don't know, sunglasses, sunscreen, like anything really when you go on like traveling or like an adventure, a hike, something like this. And here, like, I don't really think that you can put any of these things. Like, you can maybe put what you would put into like a Chanel Mini. So a Chanel Mini would not be my choice of handbag when I go like hiking or when I go traveling. So that's why I'm like, what is the point? Because you have a backpack, it is for a specific category of activities, but because the bag is so small, it kind of prevents you from using it for these types of activities. So then you have to use it for, you know, just as a general like handbag, the same that you would use a Chanel Mini. Then I prefer to use a Chanel Mini because it's more classic, it's more girly. So that's, yeah, I really don't understand the point here. Obviously this is a size problem. They have, you know, come up with another size that's a lot bigger, that's a real backpack, that's very practical for traveling. So it's not like the model in itself is the problem. Here it's really the size. The mini size I would never consider buying, and I feel like last year and then the year prior to this, this handbag was so popular. I would see it everywhere on Instagram, I would see it everywhere on YouTube. And then also in the street, I mean, it was something that was around for all body shapes, all body sizes. And in my mind, it wasn't flattering for anybody. So this is definitely not a handbag that you will see in my bag collection anytime soon. The next bag that I would like to mention is the Dior Bobby East-West bag. And here it's quite interesting because I've actually recently unboxed the Dior Bobby in size medium. I've recently unboxed this handbag on my channel, so by the way, if you are interested in seeing the unboxing and hearing about my first impressions, then I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the little information link over here for you to see it. I love this handbag. I think it's been one of the best purchases that I have made so far this year. I love the shape. I feel like it's extremely practical, and you know, I won't spend too much time talking about it now because I've actually addressed these things in that video. But here, the East-West version, I really don't get it. I feel like it makes the shape very funny looking. And I've actually seen it in the streets recently, and I've been like, what is going on? What is this? It just looks like so, I don't know, pushed. It looks like the bag has been squished. Like, it looks like you took the bag, the real bag, and then you like went poof and then squished it, and that's what like came out of it. So yeah, it really doesn't look like it's flattering. I really don't feel like this is the type of handbag that I would be, you know, proud to own, where I would feel like, oh, like, you know, I want people to look at me, I want people to see me wearing this bag. I feel like it's quite an awkward shape, and in a sense, it kind of reminds me of the Dior saddlebag. I do think that sometimes they come up with these awkward shapes that I get, you know, are trying to be maybe a little bit different, or trying to be something out of the ordinary, or trying to be creative. But here, I just don't get it. What is the point? It just doesn't look good. It looks like the shape of a belt bag, or like, you know, the LV bum bag, if that makes sense. But this is not a belt bag. It's supposed to be an actual handbag. So it's very strange. This bag confuses me a lot. I really don't understand, like, what's the point of having that type of bag, because I feel like the Dior Bobby one is, you know, really practical. You can wear it as a crossbody bag. It fits a lot. And here it's like all of these good things about this bag have been taken away. Like, this bag is so much smaller, so it really doesn't fit that much. The crossbody option is no longer a thing. So yeah, I really don't understand why they would have done this to this bag. Aside from, you know, trying to be out of the ordinary, but I feel like there are many better ways to do that. So this is really a bag that I would never consider buying, and I've seen it recently all over Instagram and all over YouTube. I feel like this is the next it bag that people are going to be wearing everywhere this year, especially for the summer, because I've noticed that, you know, they have some like summery colors, like they have latte. That's actually the color of my bag, but definitely not in the East-West version. So yeah, this is a bag that I really don't understand why people are so drawn to, and I would never consider buying it, no matter how popular it gets. And finally, the last bag that I wouldn't consider buying, despite how popular it is the Bottega Veneta Jody bag. Now, this is altogether a brand that I really do not like. I've actually mentioned it in my video titled 5 designer brands that I would not purchase from and why. By the way, if you are interested in seeing that video, then I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the little information link over here for you to see it. If you're curious to find out, you know, which other brands I'm also not into buying, then that would be a good way to see that. I really don't like this brand altogether, so it isn't surprising that, you know, I am talking about this. I think in my earlier video, I was talking about the cassette bag, and here, like, the Jody bag has been really trending lately. I feel like I've seen this so many times at the mall, in the street, at restaurants, and I'm just like, yuck! What is the point? This bag is just like, I really don't get it. Like, I felt like the cassette at least had some kind of like plush, soft feeling or soft look to it. But I was like, okay, you know what? It is not my style, but I could at least consider why some people would be drawn to that. Here I'm just like, WTF. Kind of the same as for like the bags that are made out of the palm leaves. It has the same look, actually. It looks like it's been handmade by some person like that you bought from the beach for $30, and definitely not for however much money it is. I don't even know how expensive they are because I am really not interested in this brand, but I would guess at least a couple of thousands, like 3 or 4K at least. And it's like, oh no, it is so not classy. And then the color choices are also pretty disturbing. I feel like, of course, they have the black one, and you know, they have like maybe a tan or something, like a neutral color, but they also come up with these colors that are very much out there. Like, they have this shade of green, and And you know, green is one of my favorite colors. I love wearing green. I actually do have green eyes, so I feel like it looks good on me. I am trying to get a green bag and to find like a shade that I like, but their shade of green is really, really like boom in your face. It's not like pine green, it's not like light mint green or like emerald green or something, you know, soft to the eye. It's something that's very boom in your face, flashy. And I feel like that kind of, you know, has to do with the brand. The brand is very flashy in itself, so that goes well with it, I guess. But for me, this is definitely not a bag that I would consider buying. I've seen it countless times, and every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, no, I have the same face where I'm like, I'm squinting my eyes. I'm just like, absolute no way that this would be popular. I really don't get it, and I really, really do not see myself purchasing anything from this brand. I basically, you know, stand on my ground and I'm like, no, Bottega Veneta is definitely not for me. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was kind of a little entertaining for you, and I hope that you know, understood why these bags don't work for me. It really doesn't mean that they don't work for some people. It just means that for me, they really don't suit my style, they don't reflect my personality, and I would never buy them. But, you know, I understand why for some, these bags might work, so please don't feel like I'm attacking you if you do have them. That's really not the point of this video. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.